see you better. That's better. So, good evening and welcome to Wednesday evening fitness yoga. We're going to start with our breathing, so standing up, making sure that our feet are in line with our hips. If you do lose me on Zoom, hopefully we won't have any problems today, but if you do, I'm also again on Instagram, so you can always catch me there. So making sure that we're pushing down through the outside of our feet, that we're engaging our thighs, inside, the front, the sides, the back, our pelvic floor, our abdominals, our shoulders back and down, our chin tucked in. We're going to breathe in, lifting the arms up, stretching up if you want to, you can move. Breathing out through the nose, trying to squeeze as much air out, pull the shoulders in, squeeze the oxygen out of the body. Breathe in from the bottom. Make sure that it's three-dimensional. Do whatever makes you feel better. As you're breathing in, think of all the good things you've got in life. And breathe out all them things that you wish you had, but wouldn't make your life any better if you had them anyway. Breathe in some nice positive energy. And breathe out all that negativity from social media and the news. Let's do 3 more. Last one. And then just breathing in, bringing it back to normal. So let's do some diagonals. We'll start with our hand, bringing it up onto our head. We're going to breathe in to look up, breathe out to look down. And we're doing 4 up, 4 down. Breathing in and breathing out. And our last ones. Bring it back to centre, bring the hand down. Let's try the other side. So again, breathe in to go up, breathe out to come down. So breathing in, lifting, pulling that elbow back, breathe out, keep pulling that elbow back, don't let it come in. Having a feel, where does it feel? Where can you feel it? Does it feel the same as the other side or does it feel different? How does it make you feel as you're doing it? If you feel sick or really faint, let me know straight away. And then bringing it back to centre and bringing it down. So let's do a diagonal with our body. So we're turning our foot out and we're turning our hips round to meet our foot. But we want our feet to stay flat on the floor. We don't want them rolling in. We're taking our hands towards the floor and one hand should be on either side of the foot. If you need to bend your knees, you can do. We're tucking the chin in, we're pulling the shoulders in, we're breathing out, letting the belly go in, letting our body drop down. Like I said, if you want to bend them knees by all means. We're holding it for 3 breaths, letting our body drop forward. And to come back up, we're going to tuck that chin in. We're going to breathe in and curl back up. Bring the foot back round to the front. So let's try the other side. So turning the foot, keep the feet pushing down, bring them hips round, make sure the belly button's in line. Curl the shoulders in, tuck the chin in, breathe out, pull the belly in. Bend the knees if we need to. As you're breathing out, feel as if the rib cage being lifted up out of the back and pushed towards the floor. The shoulder blades feel as if they're falling down. But we're not rolling forward onto that front foot. We're keeping that waist even at the back. We're going to tuck the chin in and we're breathing in to lift up. As we get to the top, we can breathe out. And bring it back to centre. So one more time. Again, you can bend your knees, you can keep them straight, it's up to you. So tucking in, breathe out, take it down. If your hands are on the floor, make sure that you're not letting the fingers stop you from moving. Let the fingers be nice and relaxed so that gravity can do the work. If it wants to push it down, it will. If it doesn't, it won't. And then we're breathing in to come back up. Breathing in to come back up. So if we've gone one way, we have to go the other. So again, we're turning that foot out. We're keeping the weight even. We're placing the hand on our forehead, looking into the crook of our elbow. The elbow of the foot should be in the same direction. The other hand goes onto the base of our back, so onto our bum. That way we can stop gravity, won't push us back. As you breathe in, lift the elbow, not the head. So you don't want to pull right here and you don't want to feel it pinching there. It should be the elbow that lifts. Push your hips forward, lean back. 3 breaths if you can. But if you have to come out, you come out whenever you need to. As you're breathing in, you're trying to lift that elbow a little bit more. But it still shouldn't feel as if it's pulling or stretching on the neck. It's the elbow that's moving and it'll help to move the upper body backwards. And then we're breathing out, we're coming back up. We're going to bring the feet back to centre and we're turning to the other side. So hand on your bum, hand on your head. Breathe in, lift the elbow, push the hips. Using the breath in to lift up, the breath out to move backwards. And then breathing out, bringing it back up. Bring it back to centre. Let's try one more. So this time if you wanted, you could take that hand away from your bum and let it slide down your leg. That's up to you. Just remember, gravity will take over. So, hand onto the head. Breathe in, push forward and lift. And breathing out to bring it back up. Last one. And breathing back out. Bring it back up. Lovely. So, we're going to work our IT band, which is a big ligament that runs down here and it runs into the kneecap. It comes usually around the front of the knee and stretches it, but it gets quite tight. So I'm going to drop the thing because it's more that you want to see the bottom. You want to see the bottom of my feet rather than my head. Hiya, Bo. Gonna get my feet now, Bo. So, standing with our feet here, you're going to take your left or your right foot, if you want, whichever one it is, round the back of the other foot. You don't want the heel to roll in, you want to keep it pushing back. You're using that front knee is going to push back against the other knee so it straightens it out. You're pulling the belly in and you're walking your hands down your leg. If you want, remember, you can always put a block on the floor or you can keep your hands here. And you're just letting yourself be pulled in. But you're trying to keep that back nice and straight. You don't want to curl it. So the shoulders are still pulling backwards. But you're trying to drop your chest down. And then we're going to walk the hands back up the leg. So we're taking that back leg from behind and we're bringing the other leg around. So again, we're making sure that we're not rolling it out, we're pushing it down. Pushing the leg back, pull the belly in, walk the hands down. Let them come to wherever they feel they can. Keep pushing that spine towards the floor, don't let it curl. Keep trying to keep that back nice and straight, even if it means bringing your hands back to your legs. And again, we're walking back up. We're bringing the back leg from behind. So we're going to do one more time, but we're going to see if we can take that foot a little bit further, but still push down. We're going over this way. And again, we're walking the hands down. Keeping the back straight. Letting the belly pull in, pushing the chest down. And we're walking back up. So we're stepping the one from behind, back out. We're changing sides. So step it round as far as you feel you can. Stomach pulled in, walk the hands down. And we're walking back up. So we're going to bring that back round. So we're going to do a side bend this time. We're taking the leg back into the same position, but we're going to move our hands. So we're taking that foot round the back. Now if it's your left leg round the back, it's your right hand that you're going to push down towards your foot. You're turning your left thumb back, lifting the arm up. As you breathe out, you're pushing the hip to the side and you're reaching down towards that back foot. You can look up towards the hands and you'll feel the stretch right through the side. It comes right from that back leg all the way up. Lovely. And then we're going to breathe in, lifting up. And then bring that leg from around the back out. Let's change sides. Let's bring the leg round. We're reaching the hand down towards the foot. The thumb goes back so the shoulder pulls back. We're lifting up. We're pushing the hip over. You might find the front leg bends. And you're pushing over. Look up towards the hand. Feel that stretch right the way through the side of the body. Coming all the way down through the hip. You'll feel it right at the front of the hip as well. And then we're going to lift back up and bring it out. So I'm going to change it back around to the feet so you know what I'm doing with my hands. We're doing the same thing again, but trying to take that foot a little bit further. So again, take it round. I'll do it sideways. Lift the arm up, reach the other hand down. You'll feel the knee bend as you're pushing out. Look up towards the hand. Reach back if you can. Feel the stretch all the way without being tickled. Even worse when you're being tickled. And then lifting it back up. Step the foot to the behind, take it back out. Let's change sides. So step it round. You're reaching down towards that back foot, lifting the arm up, stretch up, look up. Beautiful. You all look like ballet dancers. And then bringing it back round. Lovely. Where are we? Now let's bring it into our leg stretch. So standing on one foot, we're taking the leg out and round. If you need to hold on to something, hold on. The wider you can make that leg, without falling over, the better. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and our last one, 10. Let's change sides. So taking it up, taking it out and round. Lovely. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Bring it down, give your legs a little shake. So from here, we're going to take our feet up into our pigeon stretch. So we're bringing our feet together and we're turning our hands backwards. We're squeezing everything in as much as we can. We imagine being pulled up towards the ceiling, and as we do, we're pushing our hands back and lifting up onto our tiptoes. The higher you work, push your arms, you'll feel it through your shoulders, you'll feel it through the chest. Squeeze them legs together. And then when you're ready, bring it back down. So we're going to do it one more time. Now you know what you're doing. Try and find a spot in your house. Don't look at us on the screen so that it's ahead of you. That helps to keep you up. So we're squeezing them legs, we're pulling them stomach, shoulders back, shoulder blades pulling together, push the hands back. Make sure you're breathing. And then bring it back. Give your legs a little shake. So we're bringing ourselves into our mountain pose. So you can keep your feet here, you can take them apart. You're bringing your hands into prayer, and you can have them at the front, you can have it at the back. Close your eyes if you can. Think about what you want to gain, if there's any area of your body that you worry about. Remember, if you feel that you're wobbling around, start at the feet, squeeze everything in again. So we're going to breathe in and lift our arms up and stretch back. As we breathe out, we're going forward into a forward bend. Pull the stomach in, let the head drop down. As you breathe in, we're going into a half bend, shoulders back, chest pushing down, chin tucking in. We're going to step back with that right foot and drop our hips, lifting our arms to breathe in into a warrior lunge, letting the hips drop down. Take the hands down, step back to down dog. Come up onto your tiptoes and roll forward into plank. Bend the elbows, slide through, lift to up dog. Remember, you can always drop them knees, push back to down dog. Lift the left foot up in the air, push the heel of the left foot, the right foot down. Pull the knee in towards your chest, look forward, flick it out, move it forward if you need to. Drop the hips, lift the arms. Bringing the hands down, step back to a forward bend. Bend the knees, breathe in, lift up, reach back. Breathe out, take it forward. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, step back. And breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, step back. And breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, come forward. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, step back. Breathe in, lift your leg. Breathe out, step through your hands. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, it's a forward bend. Bend the knees, breathe in, lift. And breathe out, bring the hands down. Lovely. So, if you need a block, grab hold now. She says that she grabs hold of a block. Where are we? Half moon. We're going into half moon. So we might not need it at first. We're going to try and go into it but not go to the floor first. But if you know you have trouble getting to the floor, get your block now. So, we're going to take our hands and we're going to have our hands out and we're giving ourselves a thumbs up, stretching our fingers out. Now I'm taking it down the other way, ladies. So that's the arms. Now with the feet, we're turning the feet out to the sides so that we've got the knees going the right way. We're going to bring our weight over onto one foot. And then we've got our tiptoe on the floor. So we're still stretching them arms out, but now we're going to flex the foot. And you can lift it a bit if you want. You can go to the side. You can just hold it here. So think about squeezing your stomach muscles, your abdominals. Stretch the arms out. Tuck the chin in. Hold it here. Even worse when you've got people trying to get into kitchen drawers. And then you're going to spring yourself back down. And give your arms a shake if you want. Good. I'll stretch the neck out in a bit. So we're bringing ourselves onto our other side. Stretch the arms out. Bring the weight onto your opposite leg. When you're ready, flex the foot. If you want, lift the leg a little higher. If you don't worry. Keep squeezing them stomach muscles in, pushing the heel out, stretching the arms as if you're being pulled. Try and think about that the neck is in line with the spine, that you're not lifting it too high or dropping it too low. And then we're going to spring down. Let the arms relax. So this time we'll go in to see if we can get all the way to the floor and then all the way back up as gracefully as possible. So if you need your block, have your block in your hand. It can be in any direction. So it can be up to make a nice big stand. It can be on its side. It can be in that direction. Any way you want. It's completely up to you. So we're taking our feet apart. We're stretching our arms out. We're lifting our foot up. We're lifting the leg. We're letting ourselves rotate. Once our hand's on the floor, we're trying to lift the leg up and reach the arm back a bit more. Once your hand's down, even if it's on the block, it kind of gives you a little bit more stability. So you find that you can lift that leg. You can reach that hand back. You can think of the toes pointing forward, not dropping down. You want to flex them as if you're kicking away. Now we've got to come out gracefully. So you imagine someone's up in the roof and they're going to grab hold of your finger and they're going to lift you up and then you're going to bring yourself back out. Lovely. Very graceful, very graceful. So let's do the other side. I'm moving over here because last time I ended up holding onto the window. So we're taking the hands out. We're bringing our weight over. We're flexing our foot. We're rotating. Once our hands down in line with our shoulder, we can then think of lifting our foot, pointing the toes forward, reaching the hands up and back. And then we're going to get that man to give us a lift up and out. Lovely. Let's try it one more time. Here we go. Stretch out. Flex the foot. Take it down. Reach the chest back. Flex the foot up. And then we're lifting, bringing it back up. Beautiful. Last one. We're flexing. We're taking it down. Once we're down, feel a bit more confident to move, to lift that back leg a bit more, to reach back a bit more. And then lifting, bringing it Lovely. So we're keeping onto the lifting kind of challenge. So we're going to bring it into Warrior 3. So I'm going to bring the up a bit so you can see my arms. So with Warrior 3, we're going to take our arms, taking them back. The thumbs are going backwards. We're lifting them up. And we're having the palms so that they're facing each other. Now, if you need to, your shoulder blades, you're trying to roll them backwards. You don't want them coming forwards. So they have to be rolling in that direction. We're trying to hold ourselves nice and straight. So that's the arms. Drop your arms a minute. I'm going to take it down. So now we're bringing it to the feet. So if we bring our arms up, the way we've just been talking about, bringing the shoulders back, we're going to step the left foot back and push onto the knee and then bring ourselves forward over the leg. Tuck the chin in, look to the floor. See if you can lift the back leg off and then straighten the front leg. And then we're going to bend that front leg, bring the back leg down, lift up, step up. You can bring your arms down if you need a rest. Let's try the other side. Let's go the other way. So, taking the arms up, pulling them shoulder blades towards each other. Step back with the other foot. Bend the knee at the front, reach forward. Tuck the chin in, look to the floor. Lift the back leg off, still with that bent knee. Then straighten the leg. Push the heel of the other the rhythm foot away. Toes pointing towards the floor. And then we're bending the front knee, bringing the foot down, lifting up. Stepping in. Rest them arms. One more time each side. So, lifting the arms. Stepping the foot back. Bend the knee. Reach forward. If it feels too much, take the arms out. I'm taking the arms out at the moment so that I can watch you. Lift the leg. Keep the knee slightly bent. Then straighten the leg. Feet, toes towards the floor, push the heels away. Bend the knee, bring the foot down, step in. Bring the arms down. Let's try the other side. So step the foot back. Push forward to the knees, lift the arms, Reach forward. Then lift the foot. Keep that knee bent, just work them thighs. Then straighten up. Toes to the floor. And then we're bringing it down and stepping in. Relax the arms. Lovely. Give your arms a little shake. So we're going to give our shoulders a bit of a stretch. We're also going into a bind. So if you've got a band close by, you can use your band. But again, you never need to if you don't want to. So we're going to go into side angle pose. You're taking the legs as wide as you feel comfortable. Starting off with the feet turning in. We're going to turn the foot out, but keeping them hips level. We don't want the hips to go round as well. We want to keep them in the same place. And we don't want the toes rolling in. We want to push back out. We're going to bend the knee. And from here, we're bringing our elbow down, but we're taking our top hand behind our back, and we're using the elbow to pull back. We're taking the hand down by the leg and using the two of them to force us round so that we're looking up towards the ceiling. We can push a bit more into that knee, we push a bit more. But we're using the elbow to push back, the hand to push back, the shoulder to pull round to look up. And then we're going to bring our elbow back to our knee, lift ourselves up, push it back, bring that hand out. So bring that toe back in. Let's try the other side, so turning it out, keeping them hips centre. Bend the knee. Bring the elbow down. We can always come back to here if we feel tired. Thumb down, it goes behind our back. We're pulling the elbow and the arm back. We're using that hand on the leg to push the knee over. We can bend into that knee, but we're twisted to look up. Then we're bringing ourselves back to our knee. Lifting ourselves up, pushing back, turn it in. So we're going to see if we can get into a bind. I'm going to do this backwards with the rope. So we're doing the same thing. We're bringing ourselves down. We're going to have this in our hand at the back. We're pushing back with that, we're coming down. We're pulling our shoulder back and we're seeing if we can grab hold of the rope underneath. If we can bring it all the way to our hand, perfect, but no worries. But what we don't want is to be here. You have to have it here around your thigh so that your arms can come up and down, you're pulling back. When you want to come out again, come back to here, come back to here, come back to here. Okay, so we take our time. Don't rush anything. Take yourself nice and easy into that position. If you haven't got your band, don't worry. Just bring the hands round as far as you can go. It doesn't matter. So, we're taking ourselves down, our hands behind. We're looking up. We're reaching down. We're seeing if we can grab underneath. If we can't, we don't worry. But we're looking up, we're pushing down with the foot. We're not letting the outside foot roll in. And then we're going to undo, bring ourselves back to our knee. And then lift, straighten the leg, turn it in. Let's try the other side. So turning the foot, bend the knee, bring the elbow down, take the other hand behind the back. If you've got an elastic, have it in that hand. Stretch down, push down a bit more. Bring the hand underneath. We're still twisting and looking back. And then when we're ready, undo, come back to the knee, lift up, bring it in, relax. So, we're going to take it same place, so if you need to use your elastic again, you use your elastic. But we're going to try and straighten the legs and bring ourselves into a triangle, but slightly extended. So again, I'll show you first. Same things, going down, hands underneath, right by your legs, looking up. Then you're going to straighten that leg, but you're still looking up. Again, if you do it behind, you don't want it over here by your bum. It's easier if you can bring your elbow back to your midsection. Again, coming out, coming out. Okay, here we go. Turn the foot out, bend the knee, bring the body down. I'm going to do it sideways. Reach round, grab, if you can, into that bind that we've just done. Still looking up. Now straighten that front leg. You might not be able to get it straight, don't worry, but you're trying to push back and you'll feel it pulling on the inside of your thighs. It pulls that shoulder back a little bit more. And then we're going to bend the knee. We're going to undo, bring ourselves back onto one knee, lift ourselves back up. Turn it in. Bring it back round. Let's change sides. Last one. Turn it out. Bend the knee. Put your elbow down, hand behind. Push down a bit more. See if you can bring them hands underneath and grab at the back. Look up. Straighten that front leg. Oh, it should be nice, but at the same time it should be, oh. But it's like, oh, oh, oh. Pain and pleasure all at the same time. And then we're bending, bringing our hand back to our knee, lifting ourselves back up, bringing the foot back round. Lovely. Bring the feet in, give your hips and your legs a little shake. So, we're going to take it down onto the floor. So we're going to roll down, walk our hands out, bring our knees down, back to the floor. Lovely. And we're going to take it into plank and hold it at plank. I'm not going to get you to move. You can move your hands if you want. You can take it into Superman, so you're lifting. If you find that it's hurting your back, then I want you to take it in, take your knees down and think about what's happening with your stomach, pulling them stomach muscle in. That's the most important thing. If you want to go to the elbows because it hurts your wrists, go to the elbows. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to work your stomach. So don't worry about where, if it's your hands or whatever it is. It's up to you. So we're starting off on our hands, making sure that you're pushing with the fingertips and you're pushing with the knuckles of the hand and also the bottom of the hand. So it should be all this area here and the tips of the fingers. They should be the things that are actually pushing. You're bringing your body over so that your wrists are nice and straight. They're not behind. They're definitely not in front. So you want them over. You're squeezing the stomach muscles, tucking your toes, tucking the chin in. So you're not looking forward. You're not looking down. You're trying to keep the neck nice and straight. You want to make sure the shoulders are pulling back and rolling back. So your arms, with your arms, your elbows shouldn't be facing one another. They should be rolling out so they're facing forward. And that will work from the shoulder blades. So we're getting everything set up first. We're pulling the stomach muscles in. We're tightening up the pelvic floor. We're going to take one foot up, push the heel away, squeeze the bum muscles, squeeze the thighs. When you're ready, lift the other one, making sure that your bum's not up in the air, but it's also not hanging down. So you want to make sure that it feels tight. Squeeze the thighs together. Push from the hand as if you're trying to push. You can do a little bend if you want, just so that you feel that you're not locking them arms out, but you're pushing, you're getting that push. So you don't have to go anywhere. You can just have a feel, make sure you're pushing. You understand the phase of pushing the floor away. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure every muscle's working, so no one muscle should feel too much stress. And then we're going to bring the knees down. Push back if you need to. Turn the palms over. Let the elbows relax. Let the shoulders fall forward. Let the head relax. This is every muscle that's been working. We're just letting them drop down. So we're going to bring ourselves back up. Again, set our hands up. Get our body in the right place. Pull the shoulders back. Engage the chest and the back muscles. The stomach, thighs, the pelvic floor. Taking the feet away, engaging the bum thigh, the front thigh. Taking the other one away. Pushing, so we know we're pushing. Hold it here. And bring it down, push back. Bring yourself back up. So you bring yourself onto your bum. We're going to do wild thing dips. You're bringing your hand behind, and again your fingers can point in or out or back as long as the joints are in line. Doesn't matter where your fingers are. You're bending your legs. You're taking your hand out. You're going to breathe in, lift, and reach the arm back, and bring your bum back down again. Okay? So we'll go, off we go. Here we go. Breathe in. Lifting, stretch up, stretch back. Breathe out. Bring it down. 3. 4. 5. Let's try the other side. So changing arms. Same thing. We're breathing in, lifting, reaching back. Breathing out, bringing it down. Breathe in, 2. 3. 4. 'And our last one, 5. And bringing it down. Lovely. So we're going to bring ourselves, oh, you've moved over there. So we're going to bring ourselves into wild thing. So again, let's watch first. You're coming up into down dog. From here, you're lifting the foot up. You're bringing it over, stepping it onto the floor, rotating, and then reaching your arm up. You can reach it right the way back. You're rolling back to down dog. You can come down, or we can do the other side. So I'm going to move over a little bit further. Otherwise I have to keep changing sides. So, from here, bringing yourself up into down dog. Lift your foot up in the air. Bend the knee and twist it up towards the ceiling. Now this might be as far as you want to go. If you can, you're circling the foot on the floor, then you're bringing the foot down. Once the foot's down, then you can start to lift the hand off, stretch round, reach back. Then we're coming all the way back over pushing back to down dog. We're taking the other foot up, bending the knee, reaching it back. Like I said, you may want to stay there. If you want, you can take the foot, make sure it's flat before you lift the other hand off. Reach it out, push the chest towards the ceiling. Make sure both feet are on the floor when you take your hand off. We're rolling all the way back, the hand's down, then the foot comes off. So you've always got 3 limbs on the floor. Let's do one more. The rest if you want to, bring the foot over, place the foot flat on the floor, then roll out. And when you're ready, roll it back in, back to down dog. Remember, down dog's your rest. Let's try the other side, lift it. Let it guide you all the way over, foot down. Then lifting the arm. Stretching back. And then whenever you're ready, swing it back round. Back to down dog. Let's come up onto the toes, come down and push, turn the palms. Let the head relax to down dog. And then we're bringing ourselves back up. Woo! So, I did if I open the windows, I'm a bit up myself now. We're going to bring ourselves into cow face. So again, if you've got your band, you might want to use that, but again, you don't have to. You don't have to grab the arms if you can't. Also, if you feel you can't get the leg underneath, don't worry. Okay, so we're taking the right leg, we're going to stick it underneath. We're bringing the top leg so the outside edge goes flat on the floor. We don't want our bum to be on that heel. And we can walk ourselves in or pull ourselves in a little bit tighter to lock them legs in. The knee that's up in the air, that hand taps you on the back. You're bringing the elbow up. So if you've got a band, you need your band. You'd use that and the upper arm. The top part, the bottom arm will go down. You're bringing it in and trying to grab hold. Lovely. Breathe in, lift the arm up, look up, hold it here. Trying to pull them elbows back. So we're going to stay where we are, but we're taking the arms out. We're bringing them onto the floor. We're going to lean forward. So we're leaning over that leg and you'll feel it right into the hip. Now we're going to move round in a circle. You'll feel this again, pulling into them hips. It's as if it's like it's giving the hips a dust on the inside. And then we're going to take it in the opposite direction. And we're bringing it back to centre. Take that top leg off. Take the bottom leg from underneath. Bring the bottom leg under. Take the top leg over. Pull yourself in. The leg that's on the top, that hand goes to the top. The opposite hand, sorry. The opposite hand, comes down, thumbs down, goes down. Grab hold. Lift the arms up, look up. Undo the hands. Place them on the floor. Lift the chest. Reach forward over the leg. Then we're going to move round in a circle. And then we're going in the opposite direction. And bring it back and lift it up. Lift the legs, take them out, give them a little shake. So I'm going to get you to lie down to finish off, but before you go down, I'm just going to get you to do, while you're lying down, a breathing technique. So this is Sikari breathing, and normally I tell you to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, but this time we're going to do through the mouth. Now, if you can, you're going to stick your tongue to the top of your teeth, and then you're going to suck the air in. You're then going to hold it by pulling in your chin and try and pull in your pelvic floor. If you can get your abdominal in, you can, but don't worry, just your pelvic floor in your chin. Hold it for as long as you can, 5-10 seconds. Then release and breathe in all the way up. Breathe out through the nose. The wrong way. So, there. Now, if you can also curl your tongue. So if you can curl the tongue, I can't curl my tongue, but if you can curl it up, then you can suck it in that way. But if you can't, then stick it at the top of your gums and suck the air in. Hold it, and then let it all back out again. Okay? So, when you're doing that, if you can, if your mind starts to wander, what I want you then to focus on is the media. So a story that you've heard, it only has to be one. Anything that pops into your head straight, first thing that pops into your head, any media story that you've read, seen, heard, it doesn't matter how. But I want you to think about what it was, how it made you feel, how you're feeling at that moment that you're thinking about it. Are you tensing any part of the body as you're thinking about it? Why did you watch that information? Was it because you were bored? Or did you want to find out information? Were you interested? Was it exciting to see stuff? Were you trying to just do something other than housework, talking to the people in the house? So think about what you've watched, what information, what you gained from it, why you watched it, what you were doing when you watched it. Then as soon as you've done that, you can go on to another one if you want. So I may lose Instagram if I do before I come out of this, because I'm going to do 10 breaths. I'll count the breaths. But if I lose Instagram, make sure that you just do some cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the nose before you finish. So I'm going to get you to lie down. It can be any position you want. You can bend the knees, you can bring them in, you can turn the palms over, or have them on your chest, it's up to you. Hands together lightly so you can feel the breath come in, that's up to you. But you're going to try and breathe in through the mouth. Tuck the chin in, pull the abdomen, the pelvic floor in, hold it. Then breathe out slowly.